Hey guys, this past week we got an opportunity to actually go to a local business that reached out to us. They're fans of the podcast.
Yeah.
And they reached out to Jen, actually. You know, yeah, I don't know how that went down.
I don't know. I just stalked the restaurant because it's so good.
You stalked them?
I stalked them.
You tagged them, right? In one of our previous episodes?
Yeah, we gave them a shout out in one of our videos as one of our favorite restaurants. So once we tagged them, you know, we caught their attention on Facebook.
And it's interesting, like, how we caught their attention.
Tell us a little more about that, Rob.
Well, if you've watched any of our podcasts, well, if you watched the first podcast, actually, this is our very first
episode one.
Little Italy family restaurant in Lutz got brought up, and I was telling a story actually about bringing my mother there because I wanted to try their pizza and how they didn't have it.
Good.
You know, and this was a whole controversy with Yelp and whatnot, and so I said that the owner was Defiant. Right, so yeah, as you can imagine, that got her attention. Right.
I just raved about the garlic knots.
Yeah. No, the food was great. That was never any part of it, but you know, Defiant definitely stuck in her mind and caught her attention. But what we got out of it is they did reach out to Jen, and she arranged a meeting, and you know, we went there. I didn't know if I was going to get whacked or if, you know, I didn't know what to expect. But when we got there, they were the nicest people
so nice.
In the world.
Nice.
Yes. And Jessica and Carl. Carl, you know, he's a big teddy bear. He's nice. I mean, these guys are great. They love to do stuff for the community.
Yes, very much so. Very involved in the community and charity.
Yeah, which we found out at the interview, which you're about to see here, and we want to thank them for having us, for not whacking me, you know, because you know I didn't know I was going to walk in the door, somebody's going to be behind the door. I was just having thoughts of Goodfellas when Tommy was supposed to be getting made, and they brought him in, and you know somebody came up from behind him. But that wasn't the case. I'm here. I'm doing the video.
Yeah, we survived. Oh, thank you so much to Jessica and Carl for the food. They fed us. Yeah. They gave us sangria, which was the best sangria I've ever had. Rob, you had like a Peroni or something.
Yeah. Well, I tried. I mean, she practically shoved the piccata in my mouth because you know I wasn't sure. I thought it had you'll see on it. Yeah, the piccata, whatever it is. She shoved it in my mouth, which I'm glad she did. It was really good. I probably otherwise wouldn't have tried it. Here's the interview, and I hope you enjoy it.
Yes, we hope you like it. Thank you again to Jessica and Carl.
I hope you're happy that I'm still here.
Yes.
And not, you know, in a cornfield somewhere or in an alligator's belly or whatever. But
oh my God.
All right, enjoy the interview.
Enjoy the video. Let us know what you think. Welcome to the This Is Tampa podcast with
Rob.
And I'm Jen. And we're here at Little Italy's Family Restaurant and Catering with Jessica and Carl. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you guys for being here.
The boss lady. We got the boss lady.
Boss lady.
I don't know if you see from there.
We've got
Jessica.
some sangria and
some
a Peroni here.
Yes.
It's very Italian.
Yes.
Some Italian.
Perfect. Right up Rob's alley. So tell us a little bit about Little Italy's restaurant. How did you get started here in the Wesley Chapel area?
So actually we had a food truck when we moved here.
Oh.
So we started with a food truck called Little Italy's Meatballs. And then we kind of just slowly outgrew it. You know, a lot of running around. I would cook at night. We have a baby.
Wow.
We moved here when she was 6 months old.
Oh my gosh.
We were renting a kitchen. I was cooking at night. He was schlepping meatballs during the day.
Oh my goodness.
But you know, we learned very quickly if it rained, you're out, and you have this food and things like that.
Right.
So we actually were going to focus on the catering, and we found this place and thought this would be great to do catering out of.
Right.
And I don't think we ever said, let's do a restaurant.
No.
But we got approved for seating.
Yep.
And we put seats in.
Yeah.
And people came. They just started coming and coming and coming, and so it became Little Italy's Family Restaurant and Catering.
Oh my goodness.
So we do a lot of catering through the holidays.
Okay.
Halloween, even we cater.
Oh, really? Halloween catering.
Yep.
There
and
you
we're
go.
opening up our catering business even wider.
Ooh.
Kids parties, more specialty things.
Okay.
Madison Avenue hospitality.
Ooh.
It's already on Facebook, but we're working on a great menu.
Oh my goodness.
It's just growing organically.
Yeah, it's been really word of mouth. I haven't spent much money on TV or
Good
anything.
for you.
I think we believe on doing charity for charity and not notoriety, but we do a lot for the community when we can help.
Yeah,
and
that's incredible.
I think that stands out. We don't do it for.
Right.
We do it because we want to. There's things that we do.
You have a heart for giving. It's
I mean,
authentic.
Yeah, and sometimes you can't. You know what I mean? But there's things where there's people hurting. Our community needs something. Houses burned down. People get sick. So you gotta take care of your community if they want to take care of you.
Right.
And 90% of it is mostly kids based.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kid based.
that's awesome.
Well, I know you said something about being involved with the Shriners
the Shrines.
and for years, right? Even not just here, but also like where
In Rhode Island.
where you came from, which is that's personally to me, I mean that's like a big one for me.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they said you married a clown, I really did. He's a shrine clown. He used to go into the burn center for the kids and all the other centers. And
wow.
Yeah, and
man, that
it's
must
hard
have
for him
been
to see,
tough,
but they left, and they were smiling, and so was he. So
gosh,
yeah, did a lot of that.
Yep.
That's
So
amazing.
you ride the unicycle around or anything like
No.
that? No, you didn't do that.
Too big.
Maybe
Get a
a
flat
big
tire.
tricycle,
Yeah.
one of those big
Yeah.
three-wheelers.
There you go.
That'd have been
Oh
great.
my god.
Put our logo on the side.
There you go.
So I know you mentioned Rhode Island. Is that where you're from, Carl?
I was born in Rhode Island, lived there for 50 years, and came to Florida. so,
Wow. And what about you, Jessica? Where are you from?
Well, I was originally born in Arizona.
Oh, wow.
And then my grandparents lived in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And my parents lived in Connecticut.
Oh.
So it was a split when I wanted to go live with my grandparents, which was all the time because grandparents are better.
Yeah.
Sorry, mom and dad.
They spoil you, of course.
But I enjoyed the concrete jungle more than I did being stuck in the woods in Connecticut, and it was just more my speed. So I spent a lot of time in both, but when people ask me where I'm from, I believe my heart is really from New York, because that's where most of my memories were made.
Right.
So.
Right. So is that how you two met, living up in New York and Rhode Island?
No,
or?
I actually left New York and moved to Rhode Island for a job.
Aww.
And I actually stalked him for about 3 years.
Oh my goodness.
To sound like
We got
a crazy
stalker on our
person.
hands.
Well, I'd seen him, in a place, and I always said if I ever got married, that's what my husband would look like. And I never even talked to him. And then one day my best friend said, "That's it, I've had enough." And she went up to him, and we danced that night. We've been dancing ever since. So
that's
almost 10 years now.
Was it the clown outfit?
It was the shoes. Yeah, he had his clown shoes on.
It's looking for a man in uniform.
Pretty big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Pretty big shoes to fill. I'll give you that. Yeah.
So how did you both end up here in Florida?
It was the snow.
It was the snow.
Yeah.
It really was.
That last winter we were there, we had it. So
Yeah.
we packed up and came down here.
That was hard because all my friends were there, and I was the last of the Mohegans to have a child.
Wow.
Oops, I didn't mean to hit your mic, but I was the last of them to have a baby. All my friends had babies, and then I had one, and it was just like, let's get out of here and try something new.
Yeah.
That's
And we
great.
said, let's try a food truck.
Wow.
Because the laws in Rhode Island were crazy.
Oh, really?
So what brought us closer over here was the laws here, because my father now lives in
Port Orange.
Port Orange over by Daytona,
Okay.
but you can't have a food truck like 2 miles from this place, that place. Over here, there's not really many laws, and when we came, there wasn't that many food trucks, really. Now it's exploding with food trucks.
It has. It's crazy right
Which
now.
I love. I love
yeah,
going
it's a
to
good
them.
thing.
Yeah, they're
it's
good.
It's a good thing. Wow.
You guys are pioneers.
Yeah, right. We had no idea what we were doing.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
Oh my gosh.
Or what we were getting into, but the rainy days and everything. So we found this, and it's been home. We're going on, this March will be 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, 6 years.
You know.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so thank you, Port Orange, for
Yes.
not allowing them to do
Island.
business there and making them come here to the Wesley Chapel, New Tampa area.
That's
'cause
right.
Yes.
That's
Now
right.
we benefited from that.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got some
We
good
benefited
Italian.
greatly.
Yeah, we can't have too many good Italian places.
No. So how did you decide on Italian food? Is that what you've always cooked, or?
Well, I mean, our family's cooked everything, but I think when we cooked for friends back home, we always cooked Italian.
Okay.
That was just our go-to thing.
Yeah.
And like when we danced in our kitchen, we were making sauce.
Wow.
So I think just remembering my grandparents in the kitchen making sauce and rolling meatballs, and I mean, your family, you know what I mean?
They still do it.
I know they still do
Yeah.
at my house with my 5-year-old.
gosh.
So
That's
it works out
amazing.
great, but you know, it's just something we always knew to do.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you're
we
very
use
good at it.
we're not culinarily trained. I mean, he watches.
Cooking
It's like,
shows
yeah.
and-
I don't know how far I can say on the
Oh my
podcast,
gosh.
but it's his
You've
favorite.
got to get like the food Bobby Flay cook-off show or whatever.
Oh my
in here.
goodness. Yeah,
or
Fieri.
something like that. Yeah, Guy Fieri. I'm
Yeah,
saying it incorrectly.
Fieri. I think it's Fieri.
Fieri, yes.
Fieri.
Yeah, it's not, isn't it?
I don't have the Italian flair.
Ferretti?
Oh, I thought it was
What do you
Fury.
know? What is
Guy
it?
Fieri.
Fieri.
Fieri? That's his real name?
There we
Yeah,
go.
but, yeah. It was originally that. Then his family changed it to Ferry, and then he changed it back to the original. And they call
Told you,
it
ask him
Guido.
about the food channel. He'll know everything.
You know something now? I just learned something.
Yeah.
Boom.
And it looks like
And
you're
his wi-
very. Oh, go
I'm sorry, and
ahead.
his wife's originally from North Providence, Rhode Island.
Right,
Oh, no
so they go
kidding.
there all the time.
how
Oh, so you guys go way back.
funny.
Yeah, I wish.
Have you ever met him?
No, not yet.
Oh.
We will though.
He'll come here soon.
Yeah.
I went to his restaurant in Foxwoods.
Oh,
He
did
has-
you? Yeah.
He has one in Foxwoods, and now he's got one in Disney Springs.
Oh yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
got that chicken place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Absolutely.
Interesting.
Chicken guy. That's what it's called.
Chicken guy, I like that. And it looks like you're very close with your family. See all the pictures on the walls.
Yeah.
Is that what inspired you to kind of have that type of decor here at the restaurant?
Yeah, it was different before. We had a big mural of Venice. It was just too old lady-ish for me.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't know exactly what we wanted. At first I was going to do all these colors of Florida, and it was like, no, I want people to feel like they're at home. And, you know, and friends were like, I want to feel like you're in your living room. And I'm like, that's true. You know, so we have the daughter, the grandparents, Carl's daughter, are my stepdaughter, and nephews, and my mom.
Wow.
So we like to keep it very, you know, people looking.
Right, family oriented.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I think it brings authenticity to the name of, you know, Little Italy's family restaurant.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's
So-
what I was saying. You know, you said your twin boys are like tornadoes.
Yes.
We don't care here though.
Oh,
That's why we made this place. It wasn't to come and get drunk and, you know, eat and have a pie. This is for you to bring your family. All my waitresses have children or, you know, deal with children, and we want you to be able to come, and they make noise. That's what kids do.
There you go. All my fellow twin moms.
There you
know
go.
where to go.
Yeah. I mean, it's the opposite of some places that are telling you to, you know, leave your kids at home, or at least, you know, if they're unruly, they'll ask you to leave. Or whatever.
No, maybe Valentine's Day. That's the day that we get. It's a lover's day, date night. But you know, I love having kids here. We have a little spot on our Facebook called Little Goombas. And I have kids that ate their first meatball and then, you know, have moved, but I've kept in touch with them. And you see them going into kindergarten and stuff. And when they come visit over here, they'll come and eat meatballs, and we'll take pictures. And yeah, we've seen a lot of kids grow up, and you know, it's fun.
Amazing.
Parents share their pictures. So yeah. It's a very social media based restaurant. I don't know how that happened.
I can tell,
But
that's what I was going to ask. I know you do a lot of social media and you're very involved on social social media. Yeah. And you've got a lot of reviews, I've noticed, on Yelp and TripAdvisor. Tell me more about those.
Well, so I'm in charge of reviews.
Okay.
Carl stays away from them. Yeah. So I read them, and listen, there's some where we have a bad day. We are far from perfect,
right,
by any means. And then there's some that, I look at the camera and I'm like, that didn't happen like that. So, I have a lot of people that come because of the responses of my reviews.
Oh, interesting.
But, what am I?
Defiant?
Defiant. I was called Defiant.
I didn't say, Italian.
Defiant. But I believe that my staff works hard. And, if they say I was there that night, I'll talk to my staff and find out what happened, and I'll watch the video. And if my staff is wrong, they're wrong. The other day we had a lady who didn't like her chicken piccata. She's bedridden all the way down in Bellentry.
Oh my gosh.
We remade her chicken piccata and brought it to her. I mean, it's usually always a hit, but there's some times where there's a lot going on in the back, and I understand that. But as a business owner, I'm going to stick up for my business.
Right.
Well, you're proud of it.
I'm very proud of it, and it's gotten between Google, our Facebook, Yelp, and TripAdvisor, and there's so many more that I don't even know about that people say. Did you next door? We just won third in the row for best neighborhood restaurant, which I didn't even know about. Somebody sent me a screenshot and didn't even tell me. But Yelp, we've gotten 5 years in a row as over a 4.8 score. So and I try to answer all my reviews. Like I try to do Yelp. I can only do 5 a day. They only allow me to. Yeah, they only allow me to answer 5 a day.
Wow.
But Google allows me to answer, and I tell the truth.
Right.
We took calzones and pizza off of our menu. Way back then. They're back on the menu. Relax. Okay.
Pizza's back.
I want to tell you that you bullied me. This is what happened. So our dough, we don't make our dough. Our dough actually comes from Utica, New York.
Ooh.
And
shout out, hometown.
There you go.
Utica.
We don't ship in water. We don't ship in this. We just buy the dough from up there, and it comes in.
Yeah.
And but you have all these pizzerias that we're opening up.
Right.
And we make a Sicilian pie. I don't make a New York pie. I call it a Florida pie because I'm in Florida, and that's what we're making.
Right. There you go.
Right. I mean, we're making Florida pizza. It's not New York pizza.
Right.
I know New York pizza. I ate it every day in school. PS 114, shout out. But it's like you have to. What they didn't understand is I'm not a pizzeria, so I was getting reviews being based on a pizzeria. I'm an Italian restaurant.
Right.
I serve fresh seafood. I pay a lot of money to have fresh seafood. Cippinos. We have shrimp, fry diablo, clams, mussels, calamari. So
oh my gosh. Yeah.
when I took the pizzas and the calzones off the menu, because I figured you can go everywhere.
Right.
Oh my goodness. I got 1-star reviews about taking it off. Yeah, and this one guy, that's why I asked if you went to Colorado and came back or something, because he was like, I can't believe they did that, and da-da-da. And I said, well, let me break it down to you. You know what I mean? So here's all these big box restaurants opening up near me. You've got, 8 pizzerias right over the bridge, about 8, 9 of them. And,
oh my gosh.
I don't want to be a pizzeria. I love making pizzas, but I'm going to complain about them. I don't really want to make them. I want you to eat Italian food. I want you to eat fettuccine Alfredo. I want you to eat my meatballs that were my grandmother's recipe. I want you to eat Carl's fried Diablo, that we kind of put together, but that was his recipe. And there's a lot of other things to eat on our menu besides pizza.
Yeah.
So I got bullied by the whole town to put it back up, and we did.
Something about the kids. Kids don't have a very extensive palate. I mean, they don't try a lot of things. So it's nice to have, if you do come as a family, if you have young children, to have the pizza back up.
Right.
To have that. And I'll have a slice of pizza and my chicken parmesan or whatever.
Yeah, I listen. It's back.
It's back.
We don't have to fight anymore. It's back.
One of the things that I found interesting in this market is the kids love mussels.
Really?
They order the mussels appetizer. They go to the table and
They love them.
Yeah, they love them.
Well, I know my daughter, when we came, she had the calamari.
Yeah.
And she loves calamari everywhere. Like, that's what
It's
she
good
gets.
stuff.
They like the fish. They enjoy it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we're gonna start doing some more things, some soups. I ask my customers, you know, if you ever go on my Facebook, if I don't know, because I don't pretend to own a business for 100 years or be in the business. I worked for somebody else. You know what I mean? I didn't make decisions. I just said, yes, whatever you want me to do, just give me my paycheck. Yes, I'll do it. You know, when you're making decisions though, I go on Facebook. Do you want soup? Like, because I make soup and you don't eat soup. And when I don't make soup, you want soup. So tell me when you want soup, what kind of soup, and when will you eat it? Because I make it from scratch. It's not like I can, like, you know, we do have a place that is dear to our heart that we do donate things that are left over. Because we are, one thing about this place is if you're in a rush, it's not that we take a long time, but like you order Alfredo, we're melting the butter. We're pouring the cream, we're adding the cheese. You've got to give us a second because I'm not just pouring something and heating it up. I don't have a microwave in the back. I've showed videos of me heating up my coffee in my frying pan. I do not own Chef Mike is not back there. Chef Microwave. He does not work
Chef
here.
Mike, I like it.
Yeah. I don't have one.
Wow.
So, you know,
my
it's just funny. And I for a little while I was with the reviews, I was like, I'm so sorry. And then it was like, there was one review and that's what switched me. It was a review, it was a guy who was sitting, I know exactly where he was sitting, he was sitting at table 8, and I got a call before for somebody to save a space because there was a woman in a wheelchair that was coming. So I saved the table over there by the window. And all 4 of them ordered lasagnas. Okay, there was 4 people, 2 at one table, 2 at another. So the reserve table, they had already ordered over the phone. They knew what they wanted. We're coming in for lasagna. You know, I have a wheelchair. Can we be in the corner? We don't want to be. No problem. Well, the guy who ordered first, like, left a review. I mean, it was so long about how this must have been somebody like family, or, you know, it wasn't right because we don't take reservations. And I mean, like, it was so horrible. And it was such a flat out lie. And they were so nasty to my, well, I threw them out. So it was easy.
There's the New Yorker.
Well, no,
It was a turning point.
Once you start getting nasty to my employees that are not doing anything and they're just working, and, you know, they're here to make money. And I mean, his wife was embarrassed. I know she was. And she just sat there quietly, and you know, they made the people next to them and the woman in the wheelchair feel bad. And that was it. I said, get out. You're out. That's it. Nope, don't pay for the food. You're not getting a bill. Just get out of my restaurant. But we never really have those problems.
Well, that's good.
You know, if there's a problem, somebody can always contact me. And
You don't just yell for Carl. Carl, come out the back.
Carl yells for me. What are you talking about? He doesn't want to deal with that. He doesn't want. You don't want him dealing with it.
I wouldn't want to mess with Carl.
He's a nice, quiet giant. He's a nice, quiet giant.
I love it.
Usually the girls will come for me, and then if Carl hears me call for him, then
it's time.
It's go time.
Going down.
As we'd say in New York, it's go time.
Things are taking a turn for the worse.
But we really don't have those problems. Like we said, this is a family restaurant. We want you to bring your family. We had a potty here this past weekend. We rented out during the week, you know, if you want to have.
Oh, that's cool. You can rent out the space.
Yep, 40 people or more, 30 people. You know, I'll close on a Sunday afternoon. Or I'll open on a Tuesday afternoon if you have like a church thing or something. I don't charge to rent right now. I don't. I believe if you're buying my food, I really shouldn't charge you to rent it. You know, but we'll take, you know, I believe like 20 people is the minimum for us to come in and open up, because then I got to bring staff in. You know, so
and everything. So
I don't do dishes.
And then at the end of the month, we're going to start wine tastings on Mondays.
Ooh, that sounds enticing.
Wine tasting Wednesdays?
On Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
Monday.
So what'll happen is they're working on a list of all the different wines. And we'll post those on the, and then people can come in and have little bites.
Oh my gosh. Are you going to pair them with the food? Oh my gosh.
We're going to have
I will be here for that. Sign me up.
And we're going to start bringing some beef to the menu.
Some beef, huh?
Yeah, we're
Nice
gonna do some
proteins.
steaks, some nice proteins.
Nice.
I think that we've gotten the kitchen to the place. When a restaurant tries to do too much at one time, you can tell.
Yes, you can.
You really can tell because there's a lot of mistakes that happen. So now that we got our kitchen where we want it and how everything flows, then we'll start bringing in something new. You know what I mean? We're gonna do zucchini flowers. I put that out there. My website went crazy, you know.
Oh my
but they're hard to
gosh.
get. That's the reason why we don't do them all the time.
Okay.
But it's like first come, first serve kind of a thing. But yeah, we're gonna
That's
do a
awesome.
couple more things.
Yeah.
You know, we know there's a lot of
Expand your
places
menu.
to choose from.
Right.
So, you know, we want to, as we support the community, we go to all family-owned business restaurants and eat there.
Yep.
And they come and support us. And I try to shop local for
Right.
makeup and, you know,
Yeah, as
you
much
know.
as you can.
You know
Yeah.
how it is.
I
Unique
get it,
and
yeah.
what's the other one, you know.
Yeah.
All of them. All my
Yes.
friends are selling something. So
There you go. Everyone's got a side hustle.
except for you realtors, you guys you can't be buying houses left and right, but
You're not just selling
my
houses,
gosh.
you're selling communities, and
You're
what makes a
selling your
community
life,
a community is the
Right.
small
I agree with
businesses
you.
around it. And
Right.
Well,
Exactly.
and this is part of it. You
Yeah.
know, this is what draws people to Wesley Chapel and other
Yeah.
parts of town that have this sense of community and good restaurants and people that are involved
yeah.
in the community like yourself. So
Yeah, definitely.
it makes a difference for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I do smell some delicious food cooking.
Yes, let's
so
go in the kitchen.
I know you're going to be doing a cooking demonstration
Yeah.
for us.
Yes.
What are you going to cook up tonight?
I think I'll do a piccata. We'll do a piccata. That's a favorite on the menu.
Okay.
And
Piccata, yeah.
it's a good way to get going.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll do a piccata. You good with the
Okay.
piccata? Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
we're excited to
Alright.
see that. To get ready for your behind-the-scenes piccata,
Yeah.
making from the professionals here.
with the cannoli, you guys got cannolis?
Do we have cannoli?
You got cannolis.
Come
It's
on.
an
Yeah, we-
Italian restaurant.
We use the impastata ricotta.
Oh,
We
yeah.
mix it every day, and then
Real
we pipe,
stuff.
and it's piped to order.
Yeah.
So
they're
when you
piped
order
fresh.
cannoli, we
Oh
pipe
my
it.
God.
When it's not busy and I'm here, I pipe them at the table. But
Oh, wow,
it
you
gets,
do?
yeah, I do. It gets, sometimes I get so backed up there though, I can't come out and pipe them at the table. But
Oh my God.
I always try, so I can come out and talk to everybody at the table, see how their food is, see how
Yeah.
everybody's going.
When's a good night for that service?
Tuesday through Sunday.
Tuesday through Sunday.
Mondays we're
cannolis.
closed.
Come get your cannolis piped over here at the
Table
table.
side service.
Yeah.
I like it.
When we can, we will. Yes,
Oh my
absolutely.
gosh.
As long as they're
Oh.
not backed up back there, we will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
great. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you guys so much for doing
Yes.
this.
Thank
We're
you.
so honored that you agreed to let us showcase your beautiful restaurant. Thank you for all you do for the community.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for having us and
Yeah.
surprising us on your podcast. I woke up the next
Oh,
morning
yeah.
very surprised. And garlic knots. I'm going to make you garlic
Garlic
knots.
knot.
Those
Oh,
are so good.
I'm in.
Can we not
I'm
forget
sold.
about the knots?
No,
I'll make you
I
some
know,
knots.
yes.
Yeah.
Right. What do they say? Way to a man's heart.
It's a wrap.
Through his stomach.
Yes. Oh my
Now in
gosh.
my heart. Thank you for the Peroni.
You're welcome.
Make sure
Cheers.
you guys come into Little Italy's family restaurant. If you need catering, they do catering. Just give, what's the best way people can find you?
They can go on the website. They can go on Facebook, press directions. My husband has a video that'll show you exactly how to get here from that way or that way. He went on a
perfect.
video drive.
Yeah.
And or you can just call us. But we're at
Okay.
24436 State Route 54.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We'll make sure to put that with the video
There you
so
go.
people can find it. Awesome.
Excellent.
Little
Oh,
Italy's
thank
family
you.
restaurant and catering.
And
Yes.
catering. Yes.
Oh, well, thank you guys so much
Thank
again.
you. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
Of course.
All right, let's go cook it
All
up.
right, we're going to go cook. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh my God, look at those.
So these are knots. We do them a little early during the day because everybody orders them.
Okay.
So we just want to be ready, but we only do
Yeah.
one tray like that at a time.
Wow.
So this way
Oh
people
my gosh.
get them fresh.
Yum.
Before.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you. Oh my goodness.
It's a working kitchen.
There they go. There you go.
Going down.
Yum.
And then they'll... Thank you. You guys are fine. You're fine.
Okay.
A working kitchen.
Yeah.
A work in progress.
So they're deep frying in there right now?
So they're deep frying in there right now. And back home, like I said, that would be a doughboy.
Okay.
And they'd have powdered sugar on them, and they would have
like cinnamon or something?
Something like that. Yeah, they use. Like I said, that's how I always ate them. Or we ate them with sauce on them at the carnivals.
Ooh.
You know, the Big E Fair, stuff like that. They have them. So now they're going to start rising.
Oh, look at those. They're rising to the top. These garlic knots are so good. If you have not come here and tried these, I mean, everything is really so amazing here.
Yeah. Well, I think, you know, I've asked a lot of people, because we know a lot of people in the business, and I said, well, why don't you do your garlic knots like that? Like, why do you bake them?
Yeah.
And they said, well, it burns through their oil quicker. And I'm like, I do not care.
Yeah.
People come here,
Just
Clearwater.
for those.
I mean, yeah.
No.
I've also gotten like 1 stars if the truck doesn't show up with the dough and I can't make garlic knots.
The garlic knots.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
It's
People
like,
kill for these.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach right above you.
Oh my gosh.
Dough from Utica?
Yep, Utica, New York.
Wow. So this is the clarified butter with
This
garlic.
is the clarified butter with garlic already in it. I'll show you.
I'm so glad I got that right. I thought.
Add garlic too.
Oh my goodness.
Every day. Get them nice and brown.
Yum.
Go ahead.
So what do we have here?
So right here, this is called Italian Gold. Okay.
Ooh.
So what this is roasted off garlic, mashed. It's this is the secret to our garlic knots. And I'll tell you the story about the garlic knots. So the garlic knots were actually a accident. What had happened is we were making doughboys, and where we come from, we put powdered sugar on them and everything. And we have a vat of butter that sits here all day long. And this is clarified butter with garlic in it.
Oh,
well,
so
it was
good.
right here at the time. Dropped them. He went to go put them in a bowl, and you know they're fried dough. He went to go put them in a bowl, and bam! If you want to plate that, you're fine too. And that's how the garlic knock. Hey, he pulled it out and took a bite and said, "You have to try this."
Oh my!
And I was like, "No, it doesn't have sugar on it."
Oh my god!
And he said, "No, you have to try this." And even being from New York, and Rob, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember seeing garlic knots everywhere. But I might not have been looking for them. But we won't go into that. In any case, so my husband picked up the doughboy, or the now garlic knot, and we've been putting them with butter, and that's like our. If you ask me what our #1 seller is, it would go garlic knot, lasagna, chicken piccata.
Ooh, yeah, that's what got me hooked. Those garlic knots.
Yeah, they're bad. They're bad. They're like crock knots. And this will come over fresh linguine, but this is the piccata.
Look at this.
And that's how it's served. Like I said, made to order.
Amazing. Look at that chicken piccata. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yep, piccata.
Piccata. Oh my god, that looks incredible.
Doesn't that look beautiful? I'm going. You guys want to try it?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. I'll cut you a nice piece.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Let me get it an angle here.
Ah.
A nice petite piece.
Yes, please.
So.
Petite piece.
No one needs a shot of me stuffing my face.
No, I can't shove it in her face. You thought those were peas. Come on. Those are capers.
That is so good.
Good. Yeah.
It melts in your mouth.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And that's from pan frying right before you start. That's why.
That is amazing. That's the best chicken piccata I've ever had.
Epa.
Yay! Oh my god, that's incredible.
Should we smash some dishes around or what? Good.
There you go. Yeah, you guys gotta come try this if you haven't been yet.
All right, real quick fun fact. Okay, my fun fact is in the restaurant we don't use oregano at all. So my grandmother was allergic to oregano, and her lips would swell, so we couldn't really go out for Italian food, so she'd always have to cook it.
Yeah.
So I never learned how to cook with oregano. Literally, never learned how to cook with it. I don't even really know how much I would put. I have no clue.
Oh my god.
Like I said, we're trained from our grandparents, and you said oregano next to her, and she would throw you out. And our meatballs are all beef. One more thing, because my grandmother said if you put pork and veal in your meatballs, that meant way back then that you were poor because it was a filler. Oh yeah, and she told the biggest Italian man that she could find. Yeah, she was like this, like 4'2".
Oh, she was spicy.
0 given. So she's just, you know, so we use only beef meatballs because that's what she used.
That's what she used.
And I get the Italian men, I put the veal and I put the pork, and I'm like, I think to my grandmother, what would she say right now?
Yeah.
And I tell them, I don't care. Yeah, of course I do.
Hey, you gotta film it.
They love it when we pick on them.
Yeah, I bet they do.
They do. That's what they come back for.
Oh my gosh,
they love to be abused.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much again for doing this, Jessica. We're
Thank
so
you guys.
excited to do this and excited to eat this delicious food.
Yes, we're gonna send you home with it.
Yes. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We appreciate that.
All right.
Hope you guys all enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you again to Carl and Jessica, owners of Little Italy's family restaurant and catering. Make sure you contact them for your catering needs as well as stop in.
Yes, stop in and you know, try the piccata, try all the great dishes they have. They really they took the pizza off, they brought it back by high demand, but they really just wanted to, you know, have people try the dishes that they are proud of, and you should, you know, get the pizza to go.
Yeah. And thank you to Jessica and Carl for sending us home with a pizza and those delicious garlic knots.
Thank you again. And guys, if you do enjoy your food there, you know, it means a lot to them. Use Yelp and leave a good review, or what was the other one? TripAdvisor.
TripAdvisor, I think Google, Facebook.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Just let them know you appreciate it. The owner, I'm sure she'll engage with you, and you know, we'll get going. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.